All right, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the NBA points leader all time, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And we did our top 10. He was consensus number 2 or number 1 over Michael Jordan at number 2. And he says that I don't like today's NBA game. I don't enjoy watching. Now, Kareem is 74 years old, 7'2" in the thumbnail. You notice he's still taller than Giannis. So remember, he used to be Lou Alcindor. Can't pronounce his original government name, Ferdinand and Louis Alcindor Jr. But and I understand what he's saying, okay. But I'm gonna tell you why I understand and why most people that watch today's game that hasn't watched any other era doesn't. So check out the NBA Talk playlist, share the video, thumbs up the video. I appreciate the support. It says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar doesn't like today's NBA game. I don't enjoy it. Since stepping away from the game in 88, 89, 1988, 1999, Abdul-Jabbar has remained a prominent figure in the NBA. The six-time NBA champion has kept his eye on many workings of the league, especially the style of play of the current generation of talent. During an interview from a few years ago, Abdul-Jabbar voiced that he isn't a fan of how the teams approach playing the game today. Nowadays, they take 20 shots in the half, 3-point shots. So putting a this dog, man, stop, go upstairs, you go scratch your collar. So putting a premium on the low percentage shot is a change in the nature of the game. It's different. Abdul-Jabbar said via Basketball Network, I don't enjoy watching this much, but I think the fans like it, so it's going to remain a part of the game. Okay, and at the end of the day, but he did go on to say that despite the criticism that Abdul-Jabbar had about playing style, the NBA is in great. He said the NBA is in great hands. So my thing is this: I agree with him. I grew up watching basketball in the '90s, in the early 2000s. My '90s was made basketball my love, my first love. Over boxing, football, you name it, golf, tennis. It was my first love because the game in the '90s was different. You know, they changed it. All right, it became much low scoring. I think it became a low scoring era or decade from its predecessor in the '80s. If you look at the '80s, they were scoring 100 points a game off of, they wouldn't even shoot 3-pointers. They might attempt 2 3-pointers a game. The '80s were probably the most efficient era in basketball as far as offense and defense scoring. In the '90s, it was just different. It was competitive. I know Michael Jordan ruled the day for sure. He ruled the day, but it was something about Jordan. Even people that didn't like Jordan, we still rock this shit. We still watching them, and then remember the NBA was on Saturday and Sunday. People forget that about the Jordan era. Like you had double hitter Saturday and Sunday. And they didn't care shit about the NFL, and the NFL hadn't came into its own yet neither. Okay, people tend to forget that the NFL hadn't came into its own. So they still was building the building blocks for what we know today is the most powerful sport and the most popular sport in America today. And it was different because it was a certain amount of competitiveness. It was a certain amount. It was more skillfulness. It was about guys posting up, getting buckets. They had better handles, had better jump shots, and only area people say this era had better athletes, so that's cool. But it was just something about the game that this mystique was just, it was different. Mystique was different from what it was today, and it was different. It was different. It was just more in the 3-point shooting contest. It was more physical. It was more masculine. The sport was more masculine. The sport was more. It was more of a man's game. It was more of a gentleman's game. It was more physical. It wasn't to so many touch fouls. They did take the hand checking out for Jordan though, but I mean it is what it is. But it was more of a contact sport, and it was at its peak. Like it or not, it was at its peak. Magic and Bird got the ball rolling. Jordan took it to its peak. And it was just more of it going around. And my man also too it was on cable television, but it had more of a regular TV presence. People forget that you get triple double hitter, shit on Saturday and Sunday. You have Hang Time, the TV show. Y'all remember Hang Time, the TV show, man? You have Hang Time, and it would go into another show where it might go into inside the stuff, and then on Saturday, man, you had 2 or 3 games on Saturday. And it was almost guaranteed that Jordan was going to be probably the premier game of that day. But even though you knew Jordan was gonna win it, bro, it was just dope. You had so many great players. The talent level was deeper. You know, the talent levels. Remember, you had the Knicks and the Heat rivalry. They used to always fight and be physical. It was just competitive. One everybody, Anthony Mason, the Davis Bros. I mean, Charles Oakley. Everybody wasn't buddy. You had Reggie versus Indiana. Everybody wasn't buddy. Everybody was not buddy, bro. That's the thing about it. Everybody, man, people wanted to kill each other. It wasn't like hanging out. Only time they hang out, like maybe in the off season, to work out. But really, only time they really hung out was when they were on the Olympic teams and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I remember them was the days, bro. There was the days. I would wake up, maybe go outside, go to my homie house. They was brothers and shit. We go down the street. We would play the game, play live. Remember lives and shit, shoot out. And then the NBA games would come on when they went off and shit. We'd go back doing the same thing, bro. And in 2000, man, even though Kobe and Shaq and Spurs, pretty much they switched, winning for the most part and being champions. That still was different though, because Sacramento and Portland would push those teams, especially the Lakers. And the way they play today, man, I just don't. When the playoff times come, I think that's the best time. It seems like they get back to that. They get back to the little being edgy. They get back to being not buddy. They're going out there trying to kill each other. But think about this. For 82 games, you had that. For 82 games, for the most part, you didn't have motherfucking superstars sitting. You had players sitting unless they really was hurt. So they played with that intensity for 82 games. They played for that disdain at 82 games. They didn't like each other for 82 games. Then we talk about the playoffs, they went to another level. So it was just a different game, and the game changed when LeBron came in. Let's just throw away the rules for a minute. LeBron brought the AAU. LeBron was big brothers for all the eras before him. It's not his fault per se, but LeBron brought that friendly AAU shit here. And a lot of players, they became friends in AAU, and it just didn't have a dislike. I love this guy. He's a great player. They get him hammered. Man, we give they props and they give they flowers when they fucking retire. Or when you retire. It's just too much of a buddy friendly game, man. And it's not the same disdain. It's not the same aggressiveness. It's not the same tenacity. It's not the same energy and pace they played with back in the day. It's not about the big man being prominent, but, it's just, to me, and there's a little bit about that, but to me, man, it's just a game of softness, and they just chucking up threes and shit. Ain't no real skill to it. If you can shoot threes, you ain't gotta play defense because you can't touch nobody no more. And to me, dude, it's a terrible era, man. I agree with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but when people grow up on basketball, and they don't know the essence, and they don't know the history, they don't know what it used to be like. To them, this is good basketball. To them, this is the best basketball. To them, this is what it's supposed to look like. But if you was born in 93, 94, 95, 97, 98, 2000, you wouldn't know no better. I grew up through the 90s and knowing what real ball was and enjoying it. Even playing the video games who had better ideas than today's game with less technology, bro. Even the games are sucky today. But you wouldn't know no better if you didn't grow up in the era. I watch the tapes. You can't watch the tapes and get the same effect sometimes. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar definitely white, bro. Definitely white. Man, it used to be a certain level of intensity night in, night out. It used to be a certain level of competitive. I say one thing, it ain't never been no parity. You look all throughout history, the NBA don't have parity. NHL, NFL, MLB sometimes have parity. I know the Yankees dominated the 90s. To watch them playing the World Series. That's the only time I ever watch baseball. Unless I go to the game, go to Comerica or Tiger Stadium, or it's the playoffs. And we ended up on the Fall Classic, but yeah, them the ones that have who have parity. NBA don't have parity. They always trying to push superstars. They've been making super teams for years. If you think Magic and Kareem ended up on the same team by fucking mistake, you smoking crack. But that's the game. But let me know what you guys think. Check the NBA Talk playlist out. Don't forget me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Reach out if you have video requests, business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, or you want to advertise on the channel. Twitter's the fastest way than Facebook and Instagram. Facebook group link in the description as well too. All that's there. Man, you can reach out anytime. Want to make a financial donation? I do appreciate that a lot. Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. All that's in the description. The usernames. I do appreciate people who donate to the channel. Much needed. But if you can't donate that way, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you like what you hear. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace. Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you know, if you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments you get priority reply. No, instantly that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace.